Dungeons & Drimbus is rated R for rude language, rough violence, and raunchy humor.
Meet Jerry. A 20-year-old, anime-obsessed, undeclared college student with low self-esteem from Georgia, just figuring himself out. After moving states to attend University of Miami, Jerry is convinced he never stands out in a crowd. But while Jerry may not think himself all that special, little does he know that for around 36 trillion cells, he is their whole world. Literally. We zoom into Jerry's eyes, traveling swiftly through layers of tissue to his brain, and deeper still, where we see the hustle and bustle of city life as tissue coalesces into skyscrapers. In the center is a pristine tissue tower with big blocky letters along the sides spelling Cerebellum Hall. We see an obscenely large crowd of cells of all types, ages, and sizes gathered in the city center looking at a large screen. A red blood cell man with perfect hair and a practiced smile is broadcasted onto the screen at NNN, the Neural Network News.
Good morning, City of Jerry! Coming at you live with the Neural Network News, I'm Gene Punnett, and I want to be the first to wish you all a very Merry Jerry Day. Cardia.
The screen shifts to allow another red blood cell with artificially bright blonde hair and heavy makeup sitting across from him to come into view.
And a very Merry Jerry Day to you, Gene. I'm Cardia Estrogen, and it looks like crowds have already gathered to watch the morning's Jerry Day broadcast, which should begin at any moment. This is set to be one of the biggest Jerry Days this city has ever seen. Businesses have already begun closing to allow their employees to celebrate, but don't you worry. Emergency services and most restaurants will remain open this Jerry Day. Thank Jerry for that. Indeed. I tell ya, the city could use a bit of cheer, and I've just received word that Mayor Pollux himself will begin the proceedings.
We cut to a different camera, which shows the mayor sitting at a desk. You see a young, early 20s looking white blood cell, comparable to Jerry's age, in fact, with his membrane shaped into a stylish quiff, with a little more membrane curling onto the top of his head than the sides. He lowers his sunglasses and winks at the camera as he smiles.
Hello, City of Jerry! Now, we all know how special Jerry Day is to all of us here, and that's why I've signed an executive order to party!
You hear air horns like brr, 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 and music begins to play as Mayor Pollux throws confetti and dances a little bit to himself.
Sorry, this man is our mayor?
Correct.
I love it here. Let's go.
You see the camera pans over the crowd of cells, and a majority of them look super pumped and they cheer. But some of the older cells look a little less excited.
That's right. Jerry will be partying all night to celebrate Jerry Day. So go out, enjoy the endorphins, and bask in in Jerry's awesomeness. And here's this morning's special broadcast.
The mayor turns on the optical feed, and we see the world through Jerry's eyes. He checks himself in the mirror, practicing a smile. His phone rings, and you see an incoming video chat call from Mom. He answers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jerry. Happy birthday to you.
Cells begin to sing along as she sings.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome, sweetie. Oh, come on, open it now.
Okay.
Jerry unwraps the present, and we see a brand new Samsung Galaxy S10 5G.
We're not even sponsored.
Is this a sponsored season?
We see a brand new smartphone
Indeterminate origin.
with 5G, and everybody cheers.
Oh, that's dope. Thanks, Mom.
Everybody begins to whisper worriedly through the crowd.
Bless you. Oh, Jerry, you're not getting sick, are you? Honey, maybe you should just rest and reschedule the party.
All the cells in the crowd begin to freak out, asking if the party is canceled.
Nah, Mom. I'm good. It's just allergies.
Okay, honey, we'll take something for those allergies then. Have fun, be safe, take lots of pictures. I love you.
The call ends and the optical feed closes. The cells cheer, ready for the Jerry Day celebrations, and we cut back to the neural network news.
Oh, Cardia, that gets me every time. Now go out there and celebrate. That's right, Jean. But remember, not every cell gets the holiday off. Please join me in thanking Jerry's immunity agents as they keep this city safe.
We cut to immunity within the heart, where cells work as agents to keep the city of Jerry clean and free of germs, bacteria, pathogens, and viruses. Computers litter the office as cells working behind the scenes receive messages from the brain and inform field agents as needed. The office door of Director Thymus opens as he calls out, "Dendrite! Quarantino! In my office, please!" Asa, as you stand from your desk, your friend, Ollie Meiosis, a neuron data analyst for immunity, whispers, "Good luck, Asa."
I don't need luck. I was born for this. And I ignore them completely and I walk over.
What does Asa look like?
Asa looks perfect, but not in like an effortless way, like in a really high effort way. I'm wearing a tie and a button down and everything is ironed and crisp.
And Asa is a neuron, right?
Yes, Asa is a neuron. Asa is the neuron, so to speak. I was born for this. Whatever is happening today is, sure, a great milestone for Jerry, but really just a big milestone for me. And the rest of my life is waiting behind this door. Hopefully.
Quentin, you stand from your desk and make your way to Director Thymus's office. Frank Goiter, a white blood cell and fellow immunity agent, passes you on the way. He cheers a cup of caffeine and says, "Good to have you back, Quarantino."
Thanks. You see a guy with like, they don't have hair or whatever, tussled cilia,
Membrane.
membrane. Yeah. Untucked shirt, probably a 5 o'clock shadow. Not dressed professionally, a little sloppy.
And as you enter the office, Agent Quarantino, you see Asa. Director Thymus turns around and is like, "Miss Dendrite, Agent Quarantino, happy Jerry Day."
And also to you.
Thank you. I'm, sorry for your loss. Spit. Luco was, Agent Blake was, one of our best. Well, I have news that's relevant to the both of yous. I'm sure you're well aware how long paperwork can take to get approved, and, well, Agent Blake's last paperwork finally got filed. Director Thymus pulls out a badge with an eye on it. He looks to Asa. "Congratulations, kid. You're now a field agent."
Thank you very much, sir. I will endeavor to do everything that I can to uphold the legacy of Agent Blake.
Yeah, I get it. It's all right. How long did you practice that for?
Too long, sir, for me to have ruined it as thoroughly as I did.
It's all right. Take the badge, kid.
I take the badge.
Now, Agent Quarantino, you will be acting as Agent Dendrite's new mentor. It was Agent Blake's last request in the event anything were to happen to him.
I'm sorry, and we cut the cameras now and the show is over. What did you just say? She's in the field now?
Yep. And you're a mentor. She's in your charge now.
Oh, I don't think that's really necessary.
I think it is.
No, I think she's right.
Hey, don't get your membrane in a twist. I mean, are you sure you're ready to come back?
I am. Are you sure she's ready to come back?
Yeah, I'm very...
That's not what I asked. Look, is this gonna work, or am I gonna need to have you just guarding the phones all day? Because I got a case for you, but if you're not ready to work, I could give it to someone else.
No, sir. It's fine. I'll make it work.
That's what I like to hear. Now, I know it's your first day back, but we got a pill coming in, all right? Allergies. I want you two to meet him in the stomach, escort him to the sinuses, and take care of anything he needs. Guard the sinuses. This is a very important day for the city of Jerry, all right? Stick to your assignment, nothing flashy, don't get yourself killed. Understood?
Of course. I will not let you down, sir. We won't, the both of us, as a team.
Right. Well, have a safe Jerry Day then, all right? Dismissed.
Thank you, sir. I bow.
And he looks at you kind of funny and is like, all right. And he turns his chair back around.
I'm hoping that our previous interactions will allow us to get off on a new, fresh start, instead of us dwelling in the past. And I reach out arm, or whatever the cellular equivalent of an arm is.
Arm?
Yeah, perfect. And I extend it to shake Quentin's hand.
He just rolls his eyes and he just walks away.
Okay.
All right.
Yo, Eli, we got any, water?
Nah, man, and I wouldn't try the tap water. You could have some of my Mountain Dew, though, bro. Hey, happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks, man.
The way to get to the stomach the quickest is through the tubes. You can also try to take a taxi, but that'll cost a bit of ATP. I'm not sure if you guys have any extra on you. But the tubes is like the body's subway system, basically. You make your way towards the closest tube station within the heart, heading towards the gut.
Asa buries her nose in a map and stares at it intently for the duration of the time that we're traveling.
Perfect.
I would like to memorize the route that we're taking.
Excellent. You sit in somewhat awkward silence as Asa studies the map intently, and the tube that you are in makes its way to the stomach. We cut to the Jerry Terrell station within the stomach. You hear an announcement.
Now arriving with some Mountain Dew, an antihistamine capsule.
You see what looks like a giant pink submarine pod in the shape of a pill capsule arrive on a wave of a green carbonated liquid. What do we see as the pod opens?
So first, you hear the sizzling of the fresh Mountain Dew, not a sponsor. And you hear the... And you see this large... It looks almost like a pink spaceship. This round capsule comes in, clangs against the sides of the digestion chamber. And as it docks, you see... As it doesn't open, it is dissolving rapidly. And as it dissolves, stepping out from that little ship of sorts, you see what at first almost looks like someone clad in power armor. But then you realize that this is just how this thing's body is. It is almost mechanical, but not quite. And so you see these bright pink boots stamp out. And then these yellow shin guards leading into the same tone of pink on the torso down to about the elbows. And then you have these, again, the yellow kind of bracers and these pink hands that are hands, but that seem like they can kind of change shape to fit different almost dispensers onto them. And then a little bit of a Buzz Lightyear spaceman helmet over it, and floating inside of that little capsule is just a pink face kind of bobbing up and down
kind of scary.
He steps out and it's very like large build, definitely leaves like a little boot imprint on wherever he steps. And he's not wielding a weapon, but he is like holding his bracer at the ready as he scans the surrounding environment. I guess, what does he see?
Yeah, you see a lot of cells have gathered here, and what you expect to be intimidation and fear is instead admiration and excitement. It's almost as if you are a celebrity. You hear lots of flashing as cameras are taking your picture, and you are escorted by 2 muscle cells that are clad in black garb to the mayor.
Yeah, they come up to grab him, and at first, like, he like backs up. He's like ready to go.
And they're just like, "Come with me, sir. Mayor would like to meet you."
The head, again, it's like floating in there. There's not really a neck, so like you just see the head like spins around a little bit. And then he puts it down and walks with them.
It's like they are protecting you from paparazzi as they kind of like cover your head as you walk by, and there is a protective circle of muscle cells that parts for you to enter, and you see kind of a younger cell than you expected. You see he is dressed in kind of casual garb. He's got a backwards hat, and then a middle-aged looking white blood cell. Her membrane is a little purple, but she has very practiced curls and makeup. Stands with a clipboard next to him. Hey man, welcome to the city of Jerry. I'm Richie Pollux. It's an honor to meet another B-man, man.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yeah.
The name's Sergeant Benedict Dryll.
Oh, nice. Hey, the citizens of Jerry are super pumped to have you here, man. And guess what? You're right on time for Jerry Day. Hopefully you can wrap up this allergy thing like quick so you can party with the rest of us, huh?
Party?
Yeah, man.
Where's the outbreak? Should we not be shutting down this party to contain the infestation?
Shutting it down, man? Bro, don't talk so loud. You're gonna start a panic. Smile. He, like, grabs your hand forcibly and turns to the cameras and, like, flashes his smile. All right, anyway, hey, Immunity has sent some agents to go with you, so if you need anything, you just call, and Amy will take that message, okay?
Amy.
And I guess he'll turn to the other figure.
Yeah, and she holds her hand out and is like, "Very nice to meet you, Mr. Dryll. I'm sorry, Sergeant Dryll."
The pleasure's all mine. Benedict's just fine.
Benedict, then. And she kind of blushes a little bit as she writes something down. All right, keep it chill, Sarge. See you later.
Right.
The muscle cells walk him off and protect him right about at the time that Asa and Quentin, you arrive. And it's pretty hard to miss this pill that you're supposed to be escorting.
I found him, and I beeline. I want to show that I can take initiative, and that is clearly our mark, rather the person we should be escorting. He is in this direction, and I will walk towards him. And I try really hard to look cool when I do that.
Do they look cool?
Why don't you roll heal to look cool?
Okay. I actually have a +2 to heal, so in the name of Jerry, let's see. Yeah, okay, that's a 10 + 2 for a total of 12.
Wow, critical success. It almost seems to slow down. Sergeant Dryll, as you look for the aforementioned immunity agents, you see what can only be described as a really cool neuron beelining towards you. It's hard to miss that this is who you're expecting. Quentin, do you follow?
With his hands in his pockets, yeah, he follows.
Benedict sees Asa and goes,
Well, you must be the brains of the operation.
Yes, sir.
Hardly.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Sergeant Benedict Dryll.
and you see his hand, which was like previously in like a blaster formation, kind of like reforms to make like a large gloved like power armor hand.
Agent Asa Dendrite. I say with a good deal of pride, and I extend my hand, and I also kind of bow at the same time, and then I like kick myself, and I stand up straight.
Benedict, because Asa looks so cool, and Benedict has literally just arrived in the body, assumes that this is just a standard greeting for the city of Jerry, and so will shake and bow, and then do like a little kickback.
I have finally found my people.
Right, so where's the trouble at? Let's get this handled, shall we?
Well, it's allergy season, so,
Who is this criminal?
criminal.
No, sorry, sir. This is Agent Quarantino. He's my supervisor.
Yes.
Ah,
The brains of the operation.
the chain of command.
Yes, just because we are outsiders and foreigners do not make us criminals. I'm a vaccine.
Right. My apologies for the misunderstanding. Now, Mr. Quarantino, was it?
Yes, Mr. Dryll.
Yes.
And I'm Asa. Agent Dendrite.
Well, pleasure to make your acquaintances. I suppose we will be traveling together for the durations of our assignments, yes?
For now, yes, that is the plan. I think we are assigned to the nostrils, the first line of defense.
Ready to leap into action, yes?
Of course, sir.
Yes, until 5 o'clock p.m.
Right, well, infection and allergies, they don't respect work-life balance.
Yes, and immunity never sleeps, but we all have to make a living, right? So, Asa, do you have any ATP on you?
No. In fact, I have used my ATP getting ready for this exact moment, so I am properly qualified to go into the field, which is something I know I am ready to do. I just wanted to say, Sergeant Dryll, you are so correct. Immunity does not sleep. I've expressed those sentiments my entire life. I am ready to work.
I can see that in you.
Thank you, sir.
When you're working under the sergeant, you don't stop until the job's done.
Exactly.
But when the job is done, I do request you get a full 8 hours.
I will endeavor to do my best, sir.
Understood. Very well. Lead the way.
Great.
I've been studying this map.
Yeah.
So I would like to do my very cool walk that I've been practicing in the mirror since I was a baby neuron and lead us in that direction.
Excellent, yes. And you see that even in the time it has taken to meet Sergeant Dryll, that the tubes are a lot more backed up. It seems that the cells in the body that have the day off for Jerry Day are beginning to get to their party destinations. Crowds are forming. And from the energy in the air, you wonder if alcohol has entered the bloodstream already. It seems that everyone's a little excitable. Even you, Asa, as a cell yourself, you feel just more energy if it was even possible. You feel so excited. Asa, since you're leading the way, give me a d12 and -1 for the crowds.
I was going to ask because I was intending to use my skill neuroplasticity by hyperfixating on the map for so long.
Okay, yes, I will allow this, absolutely.
So yeah, that would give me luck for being neurodivergent in the way that I am. That's 11 -1 for 10.
Wow,
Nice.
okay. It seems that in your studying of this map, you have found not only the optimal course to the senses, but what should be, at this time of day, the least crowded. So you actually are able to find a tube car that has enough seats for all of you, and you can kind of rest for a little bit during your ride to the sinuses.
Yeah, I've actually been looking over these directions for quite some time. I'm very well prepared. And also, if you fold in the map at 3 degrees in the corner in each direction, it makes a tiny star over here. And I show it to Sergeant Dryll. Yeah, so that's just some fun facts you learn about being in this Jerry. There's a lot to discover.
Benedict grabs the map, looks at it, looks up at you, squints his eyes, like peering into your soul, and he says,
You've seen war, haven't you, Agent?
More than seen it.
Only within myself, sir.
That's the toughest war there is.
Yes, sir. Currently processing and working through it. I have previously been assigned to desk jobs, but I know my calling is in the field, and I am eager.
Tell me about yourself. And I guess we have a chance to rest.
Yeah.
I think Benedict would like to, however long we have, he's going to try and, actually get to know these people.
Yeah, I'd say that because Asa has found the optimal, least crowded route, you have about 15 minutes on the tubes to learn a little bit about each other.
I sense a great unstillness inside of you. What's eating at you? It's important we as a team know these things so we can coordinate efficiently.
Probably the guilt of an unnecessary death between one of our colleagues.
I will say I was in a situation wherein death did occur. That was not entirely my fault, but may chance I could have better prevented if having more information than I had at the moment. Other than that, I have 4 brothers And I am ecstatic to be here, sir.
Well, it's probably the brothers. But that being said, I don't know how immunity runs things, but being a pill man, you spend your whole life waiting for your chance, training. You know when you go in, there's only one way you're coming out. And I have seen brother after brother head into the abyss of this body in service of the great city of Jerry. As agents of immunity, I think that giving your life for the life of this great city is the greatest honor one can hope to achieve.
Oh yes, it is a thrill.
I know Agent, felt that way as well. And I try and give Agent Quarantino a look of extending the proverbial olive branch.
Benedict will stare at Quarantino, not hostile, but being it's your turn.
Yes, my name is Quentin, but everyone calls me Quarantino. That is my last name. And I am an outsider, yes. But, as you can see, we can be functioning members of society. You don't have to assume we are all criminals. And apparently I'm now working with Miss Asa here. To help with the oncoming traffic of pathogens. I don't understand why so many of us are taking off when we are about to have a party. There is going to be a huge influx of pathogens. It's going to be a disaster, I'm afraid.
Tell me this, Agent Quarantino. I sense that you are unhappy with your assignment. What would make you happy?
I just don't understand why Miss Asa has been sent to work in the field after such a catastrophe. Doesn't make sense to promote her.
When I made the call that I made, that was the incorrect call. I was working behind the desk. And I feel like maybe if you have issues with the way that I work behind a desk, you would appreciate the fact that I am working in the field now and maybe give me a chance to prove myself. Also, it is not Miss Asa, it is Agent Dendrite. And I try to maintain eye contact.
Very well.
Thank you for that clarification, Agent Dendrite. And thank you, Agent Quarantino, for voicing these concerns. I will be keeping an eye on these, and rest assured that whatever course of action is best for the city of Jerry, I will assist in taking it. Can we all reach a working agreement to get our assignment in the nostrils done?
Sure. Mr. Dryll, you are here for, what, 8 to 12 hours or so? What is your contract with us?
Oh, rest assured, reinforcements are coming.
Ah, okay. And your expiration is within current timeline, yes?
My expiry is not of issue at this moment.
Wonderful.
Fret not, I will be here as long as I am required and not a second longer.
Okay. We can talk about certain weak spots in Jerry. I know a few. That's kind of how I got in here.
Right. Well, this would be helpful. Agent Dendrite, I believe you have that, actually, I am holding it. You handed it to me earlier. This handy-dandy map.
And Benedict will unfold the corners and say, why don't we get started with
Quarantino here, just pointing out some potential spots we might want to post up at. Yep.
As this happens, Asa, your stop is coming up.
Absolutely, sir. In just one moment, I now request that we all depart, as this is our drop-off location.
Request is taken under advisement.
he looks up.
Request granted.
Thank you, sir.
And you get off the tubes
Oh boy.
into the sinuses. You see tunnels made of tissue separate into two pathways with a sign with arrows. One leads towards the nostrils and one leads towards the throat.
I think, nostrils, we want to arrest any incoming waves of hostile entities, and then we can head out and clean up whatever's left over, yeah?
Absolutely.
I do agree, but let's consider the...
Unless, I don't know, oh my God! And his eyes widen, and he goes, is Jerry a mouth breather?
That is what I was alluding to, yes. Jerry is not only a mouth breather, but Jerry has been having his eyes on a certain member coming to this party, and depending on how drunk he can get her.
Oh, my.
Please don't assume Jerry is in any way a miscreant. He just, at parties, if both himself and this person engage in libations and both share a mutual interest, there is a potential for them to make mouth-to-mouth contact.
I can't lie, it is possible. She does say hi to him sometimes and gives the occasional hug. I think he's in there.
Yes, she is sending signals that Jerry might have what we call a chance.
I think we're a little too lost in the sauce.
And you see Benedict Drill's going to turn around. He's going to look at the happy-go-lucky, like, party-goers, and he's going to try and find some of the most just, like salt-of-the-earth cells he can find.
Okay.
And then just, like, fucking Billy Eichner, like, man on the street, like, run up to them and be like,
You! Tell me, what are the chances Jerry gets into mouth-to-mouth contact today?
I mean, I'm thinking it's pretty high, man. I heard they might play Spin the Bottle.
Spin the bottle!
Yeah!
I don't think we have enough forces ready for spin the bottle.
and he's gonna zoom off down the sidewalk, go up to, like, another one and say,
You! What are the chances Jerry gets lucky tonight? How ready do we need to be?
I'm gonna give it maybe like a solid like 75%, man, because I have heard like once like that guy said, spin the bottle, and not only that, Shayna is coming to this party tonight.
Oh, Shayna is we're in trouble.
He extends a hand and turns it into like a megaphone and goes,
Is there anyone here who thinks Jerry does not have a good chance of mouth-to-mouth contact tonight?
And you see it's like crickets. Nobody says anything. One guy goes, maybe not.
God's agents!
and he is going to zoom back to the two of you and, like, hands on your back start pushing you. He goes,
We need to head to the nostril, close that off, and then post up at the mouth.
Absolutely, sir. I agree.
Excellent. And you make your way towards the nostrils. There is a dam of cartilage that keeps the mucus at bay. It's important that it remains structurally sound, as allergies, germs, viruses, what have you, will attempt to attack the dam that causes the sneezes, runny noses, everything of that sort. So this is definitely the most important thing to guard at this moment. Benedict Dryll, being versed in allergies, it actually doesn't seem like allergies are the cause. There is very, very minor irritation, but the mucus in the dam is not clear.
I don't like the look of that.
Jerry's not a cokehead, is he?
Absolutely not, sir. Jerry would never.
Jerry is not that cool. Okay. No, but, yes, he has been drinking, and he is not a hand washer, let's say.
We've been working on that.
We are in for a much rougher night than I anticipated.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to have some words with that mayor about safety protocols.
and he will head over to some of the mucus, grab a nice big fistful of it, and let it drip from his fingers. And I want to see if I can identify, like, what's the color, what might be in it.
Yeah, go ahead and roll heal.
Actually, I want to see your skills in action.
And he tosses the glob of mucus to Agent Dendrite. He'll just throw that glob over to you.
Absolutely, sir.
It is slimy.
I am well versed in studying all different types of mucus, especially this type, which is clearly a, I rolled a 1, but I have a +2. I got very nervous.
A critical fail is still a critical fail. I'm so sorry.
Wait, does that mean we are fully convinced that it, like...
Yeah. So, Asa, this could literally be anything. You have no clue. You are so nervous right now, and you're still like, oh my god, he thought I looked cool before, I must remain looking cool, that your nucleus that normally is so filled with this information just wipes due to your anxiety in this moment.
You see the sergeant staring right at you, and he says,
Think very carefully before you deliver your assessment. We are on tenterhooks, awaiting your judgment.
Of course. And I know exactly. Oh gosh, seen a million of these. Yeah, you see them all the time.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty standard bronchitis So
Bronchitis.
Good Lord!
it's okay. We deal with this all the time.
We do?
We have to get down to the lungs now!
Okay.
I mean, it's still worth a shot to check out the nose first. I mean, since we're already here.
Roll harm to lie to your fellow officers.
God, now why am I rolling well? That's a 9.
Yeah, Quentin, you're kind of confused, although you do know you have been drinking. For all you know, maybe you've just not noticed that he's had bronchitis. And so you are kind of confused, but Sergeant Dryll, it's bronchitis.
I will go up to Agent Quarantino. I will put both hands on his shoulders and look him like dead in the eye and just say,
Make the call, Agent. Make the call.
This is Quarantino to command.
Hey,
Mr. Goiter.
Yep.
Yes, this is Agent Quarantino. We have a possible cold bronchi. We are finding evidence of possible bronchitis. I repeat, possible bronchitis in the nostrils.
Okay, in the nostrils?
Well, it's on its way. It's going to end up. We're at the first line of defense.
Okay, yeah. Well, we'll send some agents down there. I'll talk to the director, but stay posted up in the nostrils. That's your jurisdiction right now, right?
Yes, but I think we need to call for backup. This is not any ordinary cold.
Well, okay. I'll call you back.
Call me back? I don't think you are grasping the gravity of the situation.
Bye.
Sir.
What did he say?
Affirmative, copy, over and out.
Asa, you get a phone call.
Hello?
Aren't you supposed to leave those in your lockers?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Hey, I got this anonymous tip you might be interested in. I know you got an assignment or whatever, but I don't know, it sounds like it could be big. Listen.
You'll want to be around the new club tonight. The Wet Dream. It's gonna get nasty. I mean germs, of course. Kisses.
Oh.
Listen, I can hold on to this for about an hour before I gotta tell Director Thymus, and they might dispatch some other agents, but I'm just saying, what if it was you to bust these germs? That could be pretty cool for your first day, right?
Yes, Ollie, thank you. You are a lifesaver. I will head there soon.
All right, yeah. You might want to hurry. You know, Jerry's been drinking. Some of the cells are getting pretty rowdy, you know?
Absolutely. Ollie, please keep me posted if you hear anything else, anything like this.
Okay, I will. Yeah, all right. Okay, bye, Asa.
Bye.
Good luck.
I definitely hang up before I hear the good luck.
While Asa has been on the phone call, I think Benedict looks to Quentin and goes,
All right, before we head down to the lungs, which is clearly where we have to go to deal with this bronchitis, I say we follow this trail of mucus to wherever it ends, see what's in there, because it's not normal for bronchitis to end up in the nose.
I think you're right. Let's have a look.
He has that like Buzz Lightyear helmet on always, but you see he presses a button and like little oxygen starts shooting in, and he goes, "Come on!" and dives into the mucus.
Oh my god. Excellent.
I think at that moment I get off the phone and I'm like, hey guys, I think we should head to the
Sergeant Dryll, roll heal to try to identify what's in here.
Well, don't just stand there. Help me out.
Okay.
Of course, sir.
Do either of you jump in, or are you pointing to places that Sergeant Dryll should investigate?
I'll jump in.
Okay.
That's the spirit.
I'll point.
Yeah, so I'll give you double luck for Asa getting in there with you.
But I'm pretty sure this is just regular bronchitis.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, it was the first thing that came into my head.
Understood. 10.
Okay, Sergeant Dryll, you know allergies inside and out. During your training, you were not necessarily trained for other causes of a runny nose. And Asa points out there is like a tiny, tiny germ, like a little guy with like 5 eyeballs that is like swimming away frantically.
Immediately. I imagine that like as they're swimming, like maybe they're like going under.
Yeah.
I don't know how closely Asa stayed to like Benedict, but like he will assist in the swimming, like pull you out of the mucus to breathe every now and then. And the moment that little fucker gets pointed out, he goes, "Gods, man!" And the hand like comes up and turns into a blaster, and he is just gonna fucking blast the shit out of the bronchitis.
Absolutely. Roll for that.
Okay. 5.
5. Mixed success. So, You do hit this thing, and it explodes. But unfortunately, your shot hits the edge of the dam. And you see, like, a spider crack begin to spread. Mucus begins to leak out.
Quickly, Agent, this is a lesson on thinking on your feet. Grab that mucus, plug up the dam.
Absolutely, sir. I'm already on it.
And I will try to direct to give help.
Okay, so Asa, roll heal with luck to try to plug up the nose.
Okay, that's a 9.
You see there is a little bit of mucus flow, and it is clear that Jerry is going to have a little bit of a runny nose that he can quickly clear. Hopefully, Shayna is not around to witness it. You work together to get some of the more sticky, like hardened mucus that might be a little closer to boogers, and use it kind of as a paste to close up the cracks, and mucus stops flowing for now.
See, I know a lot about mucus.
I can tell, you look like a real muck wallower. It's helpful. Lots of mucus in the body. See, muck isn't just detritus, it can be used. Let this be your first lesson. When eliminating threats, you have to be careful not to become the threat.
I write that down.
Oh, man. These guys are really snotty.
When we got up in its business, is there any chance it's actually bronchitis?
Go ahead and roll
dead?
heal. It is mega dead. Just so dead.
Just like a squashed fly.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this it?
Yeah, go ahead and roll heal.
That's an 11.
This is just a tiny germ that got in somehow, but it is not bronchitis.
Hey, Sergeant Dryll.
Yes.
God, I really don't want to do this. This is very embarrassing.
The things we don't want to do are often the things we need to do the most.
You're so wise. Agent Quarantino can't hear us from here, right?
Yeah, you're like starting to make your way out, and Quarantino kind of stayed back, crossing his arms.
Sergeant Dryll, I need to come clean to you. I do not think this is bronchitis. I thought it might have been, and I made an educated call, and I fear that maybe this isn't bronchitis. In fact, I know for a fact it is not.
Are you saying Jerry is under a double threat right now?
No, I'm saying it's not bronchitis. I was,
You were what? Spit it out, Agent.
I was maybe not correct completely earlier.
Instead of clasping both your shoulders like he did to Quarantino, he puts like one hand across on your shoulder, and he looks like straight into your eyes, and he says, "My respect for you has increased heartily.
Oh, thank Jerry.
Thank you for admitting your mistake."
I with tears in my eyes go, please don't tell Quarantino. He already hates me so much.
I'll tell you what, I can help cover for you, but what is it?
I don't know, but I received a tip from one of my informants, one of my many. I'm very well connected.
That's important.
Yeah, no, that's the truth too. And I heard that maybe we should go to one of the clubs downtown, the Wet Dream. I think we might learn something there.
Before heading back towards Quentin, Sergeant will look at the splattered remains and see if he can identify this.
Okay, roll heal.
No, 3.
When you're looking at it, it's clearly not allergies that's causing this, and so you are putting your trust in Agent Dendrite, pointing towards the Wet Dream. You are like, we must get there to protect Jerry.
We must get there to protect Jerry. Hop on.
And he'll turn around, and you see, like, again, because it looks like he's in power armor.
Yeah.
And you see these little, like, come out, and they look like little handles for you to hold on so you can, like, get on the back of him.
Quarantino, you are watching this as he, like, begins to kind of move through the water like
a dolphin. Like,
no, it's not even like a dolphin. It's worse than that. It's David Hasselhoff from the SpongeBob movie.
Oh,
like,
no.
It's the SpongeBob movie, David Hasselhoff. That is how he is moving through this water. Like, there's propellers somehow, and Asa is, like, holding on, and it's going really fast, Asa. Like,
the tears are now tears of joy, and I whisper to myself, the field is amazing.
Do you feel that mucus in your hair?
I do, sir.
as he arrives at Quentin, he goes, Agent Quarantino, important update. I have destroyed the bronchitis. However, we have discovered evidence of another threat. We have to get down to where was it, Agent?
The Wet Dream, sir.
Huh?
We have to get to the Wet Dream on the double.
The Wet Dream?
Quentin, you know this bar.
Oh, I know this bar.
It's a quote-unquote gentle cells club. You frequent it, in fact.
We have to, I agree, but I was going to do that after work. You're saying there's a threat there?
This is a work call.
What's at the Wet Dream? There's a lot of nasty stuff at the Wet Dream, but,
You said all you need to know. There's a lot of nasty stuff out there.
Bronchitis?
No, I've killed all of them. They are taken care of.
You take off you fixed the bronchitis?
Yeah, you can call off the reinforcements. That's okay. We're all good.
Agent Quarantino to command. We are in the nasopharyngeal region, and the bronchitis has been eliminated, according to the Cold Pills Sergeant Benedict Dryll. And, yes, we are moving now to the Wet Dream.
Oh, cool, man. All right. Nice. All right, see you later.
Yes, over.
Over.
All right, Quentin, you said you know the area pretty well. Why don't you lead the way?
Yes.
Asa's unfolding and folding the map back up as soon as that's said. I'm like, no, you're right, you're sorry.
Yeah, Quarantino, this is the place that you go after work most days, in fact.
Damn, dog, get some help.
Scoundrel.
You know the best ways to get there, and some of them are probably not even through official channels. Like, you might know a way to get there that even bypasses some crowds.
Mr. Dryll.
Yes?
Is there any way you can look not you? Because you are going to stick out like Jerry's sore thumb.
Give me one moment. I know exactly how to handle this. Don't you worry. This is going to be fine. And we're going to take care of this, and it's going to be totally cool. Don't you worry.
And you see, as he's talking, he is slowly walking backwards into the pool of snot.
Oh, God.
And then is going to submerge himself. And I'm going to try and come out looking like a giant, booger monster, basically.
Okay, so you are going to try to stick boogers to yourself, essentially, to cover up your armor. Well, I think this is harm for a disguise.
I would agree, and then I'm going to look at Asa and say, Muck Wallower, give me a hand. This is your specialty, is it not?
Absolutely, sir. I charge forth.
She goes to the back so that the back of your armor can be fully covered as well.
Fantastic.
Roll double luck.
I'm just scooping stuff on ya.
Yep.
Okay, that's an 8.
8, mixed success. So your armor is fully covered. It's nasty. Your helmet is harder to cover, though, and you can't just remove it as you are like a floating head inside. So while your armor is fully covered, you might want to think about what you might be trying to be. Mm-hmm. You do kind of stick out, but a lot less than before.
Great. Don't you worry. I got everything under control. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Great. And Muck Wallower, yes.
That's a call sign.
Right. What is leading you to your suspicions to the Wet Dream?
I received a tip from one of my informants, sir.
Okay. All right.
Does he look at all impressed by the fact that I have informants?
He honestly is like, it's one of your little dumb friends or something.
Okay. Yeah, also clocks that.
He's just not going to get into it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, Jerry! Happy birthday, man! We're about to play Spin the Bottle, bro. And by the way, Shayna's here.
Yo, it's my chance.
I heard she's sick, though.
Bro, I don't care. My immune system is strong. I can take it.
Have a very safe Jerry Day, folks. This is Jean Punnett
and Cardia Estrogen, signing off for the Neural Network News.
We're clear. Merry Jerry Day, folks.
Big Jerry Day, huh, Cardia?
Oh, yes. Got any plans?
Me? Oh, I'm just having some friends over to play a game of mischief.
You don't mean Mischief is in the Dungeons and Drimbus Made tabletop game, available now at patreon.com/Drimbus.
That's the one! Tonight we're playing City of Jerry, a new version of Mischief where you play as immunity agents inside a human body. Also available now at patreon.com/Drimbus.
Oh, Jerry, that sounds fun!
Well, if you want to join, now's the time. For the month of June, new patrons can get a Drimbaversary discount. In honor of 5 years of Drimbus, use code DRIMBUS5 to get a whopping 20% off your first month or year at patreon.com/Drimbus.
Wow, that's a great deal, Gene.
So what do you say? Want to join? All our friends are gonna be there. There's gonna be Jerry Benetatos, Queso Loco, Gretin Beignet, Alex Scapes My Ass, Ace Andrews, Regina Russell, Sam Olivos, Jordan Cobb, The Unnamed Rogue, NB Star, Doubtful Guest, Michael Richters, Davis Walden, Denny Dewdrop, Myth Mouse, Callie Wolf, Brandon M. Bishop, Bridge, Twiglets, Joanna, Stan Sitzman will be there, Scrambles the Death Dealer, Aaron Adams, Nathan Mesnard, Ruth Thanatos, Melissa Rain, Hensational will definitely be there, Butts Aplenty, Normally Me, Dane Koholf, Loon, Faust, the Heavenly Demonic Monster, David Carlton, Tracy Baby, Elastic Band, Hoodie Gang Sheep, Luke Vermin, MV Carr, Vico Cocorico, Alyssa Barron, Jan, Scottish Alpaca, Kiara Bouye, and our newest friend, Wayward Scientist. So what do you say, Cardia? Wanna join?
Oh, Gene, I wish, but I've got a date.
Oh. A date?
Yeah, but next time, you have so much fun, Gene. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. As you are going through these kind of unofficial tunnels, bypassing to try to get to the wet dream quicker, you are passing by a couple of more seedy characters. These might either be other vaccines that aren't on the job right now, or some germs that are kind of keeping to themselves in the city. And you recognize someone. You see Sid the Kidney, and he is currently making a drug deal. Oh, shit. Hey.
Mr. Kidney.
Hey, Quarantino. Nice to see you. You look, looking good, man. You're, back to it, huh?
I am.
So you don't want...
What? Want what?
Nothing.
Sid. I'm cool, man. Smoke 'em if you got it.
Oh, cool. Do you want some, actually?
What you got?
And he holds out adrenaline.
Yeah, I'll take adrenaline.
Yeah, all right. It's 1 ATP. You got it?
Hello, name's, Muckster.
Muckster?
Yeah.
Cool.
You know, I think being reunited with your good friend here means you should probably, invite... It's polite to offer a hit to your good friend here.
That's a good point, man. Hey, where you head to the wet dream?
You know it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go there. That's like so not cool. There's like another one you should probably go to if you're looking to have some fun.
What's that? What? Another what?
Another club or another place to party. You don't want to go to the wet dream again.
Why?
Again?
No reason. Oh yeah. No, I see Quarantino there all the time.
Yeah, once in a while. It's not.
Well.
Asa will remember this.
No.
Speak up, boy!
I wouldn't go there tonight.
Why?
There's some stuff going on.
What stuff? Sid, come on. You can tell me.
Whoa. Quarantino, calm down. You know what happens when you get angry.
And I would like to basically try to indirectly threaten Sid.
Okay, so then if Quarantino is going to go along with this and threaten, then I'll let Quarantino roll harm with luck because Sergeant Dryll is assisting.
He's gonna look behind. Get angry. You are really starting to get on my, not nerves, nuclei, I am getting mad just because I can't think of a thing that you are getting on.
Quarantino! Your proteins are denaturing. Relax.
Sorry, man. I just...
The seething rage. You better tell me.
Oh, or what?
Or the things happen that are not favorable.
Oh, God, okay.
Do you know, and I'm going to grab Sid, I'm going to say, do you know what Quarantino did outside this body before he was a vaccine?
I mean, I
Do you know how much blood is on his cilia?
I mean, I've known him for quite a while, but he never told me any of that.
There's a reason for that.
Oh, God. Roll with double luck. So actually, Quarantino, roll with double luck, and then Sergeant Dryll, roll.
We're adding harm or no?
Harm, yeah.
Okay, so that's a 7, which is a mixed success.
Okay.
But addictive substance turns all of my successful rolls in conversation into criticals.
Wow. Oh my God. Okay.
And then I got a 10.
10. Okay, so we have a critical success and a full success. And you see, he even drops the drugs, and he's like, all right. So, all right, hey, Quarantino, man, you can't tell Sal, okay?
Tell him what? And I snatch the drugs.
You just, all right, look, Sal, the Manila family, they got stuff on me, man, okay? They can't know that I'm speaking about their plans, okay?
Okay.
So, there's something going around Jerry's school, you know? And, well, Jerry's crush, she's got mono, man.
That is some heavy shit.
Yeah, so if they play spin the bottle like everybody's pushing Jerry to do, and then the bottle somehow lands on her, he's not gonna want to say no, right? He's gonna be like, I got a strong immune system, man. And then kiss, and then the mono comes in the body, hits the bloodstream, you know?
And then when mono comes, Sal is going to use that opportunity to make a push on the rest of Jerry.
Yeah,
But what are they doing at the Wet Dream?
Oh, that's where they're meeting.
Listen, we gotta stop this at all costs, okay? I heard a story from a different platoon, an individual who once got mono and had it reactivate 5 times in the span of a year every time he went back to the gym. It was a dark, dark time. He thought he would recover, and then he'd try to go back about his life, and he'd get slammed again, and then immunity was worn through so thoroughly that legend has it he never recovered.
Look, Salmonella, the septic serpents, they're gonna try to monopolize when mono
The who
comes
now?
in. The septic serpents, sir. But you didn't hear that from me, shit!
Right. Oh, what was that, little girl? Move along, please. I can't see what you are saying to me. I don't smell what you said.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I gotta disappear, man. If you can't tell anybody where you got your information, or I'm cooked, man. And when I say cooked, I mean they're gonna throw me in the stomach, or they're gonna bury me in a blackhead, man. That's how cooked I'm gonna be, okay?
You can trust me, Sid.
Okay.
Thank you. You really, did me a solid here today.
Okay, yeah. Gotta get out of here. Like I said, you didn't hear this from me, okay?
Yep.
Alright. Bye. Oh, can I have my drugs back?
No. That's illegal.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
But you did me a solid, so I'm not going to have you arrested.
Oh, okay, cool. Cool, man. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm cool, Sid. I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I see that. Okay, well,
Now get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, no, totally. Bye, sorry.
All right.
And he scrambles. He shuffles away.
Oh, shit, man.
Agent Quarantino, that was masterfully done.
I know.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I just wanted to, yeah.
Oof. Okay, double time. Let's go.
This boy's more cooked than I thought.
As you double time towards the Wet Dream, you arrive in the gut, and it's like the slums of the city, basically. It's kind of dingy a little bit, and you see the Wet Dream is this big Gentle Cells Club, and the letters, there's a kind of neon white blood cell dancer that's kicking her leg constantly, but it's one of those lights are here, her leg's back, and then middle, and then kicking. But you see the line stretches around the building and down the block to get into this place. They have cracks in the screens in this area of town, but the neural network news, you can just see the headline as it's too loud to understand that there is confirmation that Shayna Jackson, Jerry's crush, is at this party.
All right, we're running out of time. Listen, Quarantino, you know the area. Lay out the different weak points in the building. Meanwhile, Dendrite, you are going to come up with our entry options exploiting one of those weak points.
Absolutely, sir. I already have, and I flip through my journal, and I'm like, I've got this.
The problem with these pill poppers is their approach is so aggressive. You have to slip through the cracks. That's how this stuff happens. Everything happens around Jerry behind the scenes. You are going way too forceful, my friend. Stay in your disguise. Follow me. Lay low. Do you understand?
You see the floating pill head nods.
Okay.
And Quarantino, you recognize the bouncer. This is Carter Lodge. He's a muscle cell, and he's standing feet apart, arms crossed, but you know this bouncer.
There's a big line today. Areola must be dancing today. I see the bouncer. I know it. I'll try to get ahead of the line here. Let's go.
You see cells of all kinds. You see some seedier looking types. They might be some germs, some pathogens that are smaller, not really big threats. And you see a ton of blood cells that are trying to rush towards this part of the body.
Wait. Agent us here. He just takes your tie from your suit and loosens it so it looks like his and untucks a bit, maybe what the hell, and he'll undo a shoelace too.
I love what you're doing with my fashion, sir. I did bring an additional change of clothes. If Sergeant Dryll, would you also like a poorly done tie and untucked vest?
Yes.
It's probably much too small, but
it's excellent. So what ends up happening is we have a booger-coated Sergeant Dryll
with since the tie is too small,
a cropped tie, it's like a choker tie necklace, and then the button down is a cropped vest almost, because as he puts his arm through the sleeves, they don't fit, so you have to rip the sleeves. So it becomes kind of a loose vest and choker tie situation.
I have one more tie and a change of shoes in my shoulder bag if we do end up needing those. I think you look fantastic, sir. I sense no need.
Well, I think you look equally fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we are all very pretty. Let's move.
Carter Lodge looks at you, Quarantino, and is like, Quarantino.
Carter, Hal asked me to help him out with the bar. Brought some friends. I hope that's cool. I'm just going to squeeze by here.
Yeah, roll harm with luck, as this is a pretty believable story.
Natural 12!
You see, without even saying anything, he just nods you in and then, opens the path with his body and then closes it right after you. And as you enter, you see scantily clad cells, germs, and pathogens, performing on a stage. And the Neural Network News is playing on a big screen, reporting that Jerry's party is in full swing, and sources confirm that they are about to play Spin the Bottle. You see someone familiar, Quentin. Ebola, really lovely green skin, curly black hair, approaches and is like, back again already, baby?
I just couldn't stay away.
Oh.
With a germ like you frolicking about.
Well, I got your seat for you.
Well, I might just get a little sick tonight.
Oh, my goodness. And she's like, who are your friends?
They're not important. I'm looking for the big cheese.
Oh, they're not here yet.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we stick around for a while and you can keep us company.
Okay.
And she leads you to a seat.
Asa's eyes are saucers. They have not moved from Ebola the second we saw her. Let the record show.
You see, Sergeant fights not to activate the blaster fist.
He goes, "There is one dangerously attractive virus."
Yeah.
I want to take her away from all this.
As you all focus on the screen, You see that they have opened the optical feed to watch the spinning of the bottle.
No.
And time seems to slow.
Quick, Agent, we gotta make him piss himself, quickly!
The bottle points right at Shayna, and blood cells crowd around and make it hard for you to move, and an announcer comes on stage and says,
"And the moment you've all been waiting for, Tim Glutus!"
I want to watch this, but we have an emergency.
Never knew how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. You give me fever. When you kiss me, fever. When you hold me tight, fever. In the morning, a fever all through the night.
Being in the field is amazing.
Oh my god.
"Hey, it's Jerry, right?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's me.
Cool. I'm kind of sick right now, so I hope that's okay.
I do not care. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Whatever. No biggie.
Well, okay, Jerry. Show me what you got.
Love Juliet. Juliet, she felt the same. When he put his arms around her, he said, "Julie, baby, you're my flame. I'll give it fever." When we kisses, fever with thy flaming youth. Fever, I'm a fire. Fever, yeah, I burn forsooth. How's everybody doing tonight? I love you. Now you've listened to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever, be it Fahrenheit or centigrade. They give you fever. When you kiss them, fever if you live and learn. Fever till you sizzle. Oh, what a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. Smash it. Yeah! Thank you, everybody. Oh, just goodness me. Oh, wow. You all know where to find me.
Blood cells have flooded the club. You find that it is almost like a mosh pit. You can hardly move. And Quentin, you know the dancers here. You notice out of the corner of your eye a dancer that you do not recognize. She has a curvaceous hourglass figure, big curly blonde hair, and pink polka dot skin. She has one heavily made up eye, and her smile is radiant. She is hot. She notices you looking at her and blows a kiss. And then as that happens,
oh shit.
6 of the red blood cells around her turn pink and begin to twitch and mutate.
Oh, fuck.
We are entering conflict.
Let's go! Wait, so Manu's here?
Yes.
How'd she get here so fast?
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life, and I pull out a blaster.
When were you packing heat?
I told you I spent all of my money getting prepared for this mission. I know I just pull out my blaster. I actually point my other hand like a regular finger gun and whisper bang to myself. And I would like to use action potential and shoot a burst of electricity at the original mono.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll that. That is harm.
That's a 5.
5, mixed success. So you shoot this burst of electricity at the original mono, and you see she had begun to wink at Quentin, not looking at you, and she gets shot with this burst of electricity, and you see her twitch, and in response, she winks at you and then splits perfectly in half. And while the cells around her are turning pink, she begins to have her double rush through the crowd towards you.
Awesome. So it didn't stun her at all. It didn't work.
It stunned her, and so instead she split and her double is moving.
You've got this, Agent. You've been waiting for this all your life. Take advantage of this opportunity.
These red blood cells that have turned pink, do they look like they have been physically changed, or does it look like they are entranced?
It looks like they are infected. They are beginning to become mono, is what is beginning to occur. It's not happened yet.
Okay. So I will look at Asa.
Remember what Quentin said. You can't come in strong. Things get done here behind the scenes.
And I will try and give her cover so that maybe she is hidden. And then Benedict is going to rush Tim Glutus on the stage.
Okay.
Well, howdy, Tim. Big fan of your work. How do you feel about doing a duet?
I'm more of a solo act, but
in that case, I'm gonna grab the microphone and I'm gonna throw Tim off of the stage.
Oh my.
And then I am going to shake off as much of the mucus as I can, and he's gonna start singing to try and draw the attention of all of the forces, so that they can sneak up on them and take them out quickly.
Okay.
As a pill, I'm probably one of the weirder things in the body, right?
Yes.
So I maybe have luck to distract them?
Yeah, I would say so. Especially now that you have begun taking off your disguise.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show off the different compartments and shit on his body.
Yep.
It's gonna kind of like he's stripping, I guess, but opening, changing the blaster, doing all this stuff.
Okay.
This sounds oddly familiar.
How do you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman.
Oh my god.
He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the Candyman. Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Whoa.
Yeah, no kidding. Would you ever want to... Yeah, I'd like that. Here's my number.
Cool.
You see that most of the red blood cells had begun to panic and try to exit the club. And with this distraction, not only do they crowd the stage because they are transfixed by your performance, but also that mono double that had begun to make its way towards Asa is caught in the fray and not able to get to you.
Listen, friend, you're very talented, don't get me wrong, but open mic night is on Thursdays.
Oh, is it? I'm so sorry. I got the wrong information.
And I'm looking around at, presumably, now that people see I'm a pill, there is hostile intent.
Correct. You see that everyone's transfixed and red blood cells are crowding the stage in admiration, and some of the germs and pathogens, and you even see next to you, Quentin, Ebola tenses, getting a feel for whose presence is in this club.
There's a mono that's coming towards...
Yeah, she is caught, and then there's a mono that is paralyzed. You would have good luck against her.
Okay, so the one I have good luck against, I'll try to incapacitate.
Okay.
Maybe put in handcuffs or something.
Roll harm with double luck, as not only is she paralyzed from Asa's shock, but there is distraction from Benedict's performance.
So that would be an unnatural 12.
That is still a critical success. You are able to get Mono Prime, essentially, into handcuffs. And although she can't move, her eyes are moving around wildly. And you hear protestation trying to release from her throat, but she is paralyzed. You see the other Mono double that was trying to get to Asa now turns towards you, and then you see her look towards the back of the club instead.
Can I grab Tim and say,
Tim, things are gonna get a whole lot worse if you don't stay cool right now. I need you to help me out up here, okay?
What's going on?
Mononucleosis.
Say no more. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of my abilities, Smooth.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to charm the audience to keep them distracted.
Perfect, yeah.
He has tearaway pants that he's going to rip off, revealing his thong-clad gluteus maximus. And as a glute muscle, of course, it is pristine.
Yes.
All right, babies, here's Daddy.
And he rips the tearaway pants off and shakes what
Jerry gave him.
Yeah,
Jerry gave him,
shakes
yeah.
what Jerry gave him. Absolutely. Roll with luck for the tearaway pants.
The higher of the two is the 6.
There are some cells that are entranced by this. You see your regular Pat Parietal just throws like 3 ATP onto the stage for you. He is entranced by this. But while this is happening, because enough of the crowd is distracted, they stop moving, and it gives the other mono double enough time to get to the back of the club, which, Tim, you know is where the ejaculation button is.
I am going to line up my shot on the mono that's getting towards the back of the club.
Okay.
And I would like to try and stun this new mono.
Okay, great. Roll harm.
Okay, that's an 8.
So you are able to stun this other mono, but one of her bodyguards, which happens to be an E. coli, takes notice of you, and you just get clocked in the face.
Oh, the field is bad. Oh, the field is so bad. I would like to take my spare tie, my second spare tie, out of my bag and toss it to Agent Quarantino so that he can like wrap up the face. Yeah, so she can't wink or kiss or however she does her magic.
No more winking.
Great. So you are able to do this while you get punched in the face, and in the aftermath of that, you just take your tie out of your pocket and toss it to Quentin. Benedict, you watch as Tim has begun to make a performance. You're standing kind of awkwardly still on stage as he begins to shake what Jerry gave him, and you see Asa get punched in the face.
I'm okay.
Jerry, damn it. Tim's not using it. And he's going to grab the microphone and he's going to pull it out of the holder. And then he is going to start to use it like a lasso. And I'm going to try and wrap the second mono to prevent her from escaping.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll harm with luck.
Okay. 10.
Full success. You send this lasso to the other mono, and it wraps her up and causes her to trip. Ah! And she looks very upset by this. You see that Tim's performance is keeping panic from spreading. At this time, Quentin, you are able to catch the tie incoming from Asa.
So tied around the mouth of Mono Prime so they can't blow any kisses. And while he's tying, he'll just click the radio like, this is Agent Quarantino. We are in the testes. Possible suspect for a code mono has been detained. Send backup.
And you hear Frank Goiter going like,
Oh, man. Okay.
and it clicks out, and you hear on the radio some semblance of like,
Calling all units, calling all units.
and it seems that perhaps in 2 turns, backup will arrive.
Okay.
I'm going to continue trying to distract and pull focus.
Perfect. Since you already have the focus and you're just trying to keep it, I will give you luck.
Great.
Absolutely. For a heal roll for this.
Mom, no fisticuffs, please. The only fisting around here happens in the back rooms, if you know what I'm saying. Smash it. Tim rolled a 7.
The audience is still transfixed. The panic that was starting to arise as the 2 monos have been handcuffed begin to subside. But as this happens, Quentin, the mono in your arms, you hear some vibration, and she explodes and becomes 4 tiny, tiny monos that disperse through the crowd and try to escape.
Okay. I'm gonna take my blaster. I'm gonna do the whole, like, literally use my other arm to steady my first arm. and try and shoot one of the tiny monos.
Yeah, so I would usually give you luck from the distraction, but because they are tiny and fast, they are harder to hit, so roll flat.
Okay, that's a 9.
9, full success. You hit one of them and it explodes, and the other tiny monos are like, as they try to run away, and it seems that they are trying to make it into the bloodstream.
I'll jump up on the stage with my friends.
Oh, excellent. Some of the club goers see you come on, and they cheer for you, thinking you are about to perform.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Shake your ass!
Oh, God. These pants, God, I don't think it's not a very good idea. They're very tight and formal. And I'll try and stall.
Okay.
The one I have tied up.
Yes.
What's her deal? How's she doing?
She is subdued, but her mouth is still uncovered.
Timothy, how do you feel about getting your ass eaten?
No fucking way, dude. That costs extra.
No fucking way.
What if it's for the good of Jerry?
I mean, baby, for the good of Jerry, I'll do just about anything.
Okay, so that I don't have to deal with her, I will yank the microphone cord so that Mono comes flying, and then so that she can't blow kisses, I will just shove her face into your shaking glutes.
My. Excellent. So I'm going to have you roll harm with luck, and then when we get around to Tim's turn, it will have just occurred.
No, that's a 6.
6, mixed success. You do it. The clone is brought and whipped towards Tim Glutus's shaking ass. But as this happens, the 3 tiny monos that came forth from the exploding mono are like lost in the crowd. You no longer have eyes on them. The crowd erupts. They're like, yeah! Like, this is the best possible outcome for these club goers on Jerry Day.
I'm going to run over to the tied up one.
That's in Tim's ass, basically?
Yes. Its face is in the ass. I have neutralize.
Okay.
Declaw your foes. Make a target attack to disable an opponent's ability. I want to disable her cloning, like splitting ability.
Oh! Go ahead and roll harm with luck as she is in ass.
In ass.
Okay.
What a beautiful metaphor.
8.
You know exactly where to just hit on her body so that this ability cannot trigger. But as you do, absolutely, those tiny monos are gone.
Yeah.
Tim, mono is in your ass.
Tim is going to, because he also works not as just a dancer at the club and performer, he also works as one of the bouncers. He's going to signal to his bouncer buddies to not let anybody out and hope that that contains them.
Yes, go ahead and roll heal with luck, as you know these people.
Higher is the 9.
Full success. So somehow, as you're still shaking ass and Mono is tied up like, you use your hands to do the signal, and Carter Lodge, the muscle cell bouncer that's at the front of the club, blocks off and bars people from exiting. You see that as he does this, one of the tiny monos slips through his legs, but the other 2 are trying to pound at his legs to get through and are unable to. With that, a couple of white blood cells in specialized uniforms enter, and they have big bags that just scoop the tiny monos up. And at this, the music stops. The party is essentially over in this club, and you see that people begin to just clear out of this club. We cut to about an hour later. The copy that was in your ass is taken away to the B cells that will be kind of picking her apart in the spleen to make some pretty strong antibodies to try to fight off this infection. But that other tiny mono is in the body somewhere. Tim, your friend Ethel, when she heard about what was going on with the club, had run down and gave you your coat, and you have a cup of caffeine, essentially. And the 3 of you, Asa, Benedict, and Quentin, Director Thymus is pretty displeased
Asa looks down immediately. Yeah.
Look, you want to prove yourself. And he's looking to Asa. I understand. You subdued one of the mono clones. That's great. But you should have called immunity when you got the tip.
I did. Multiple times.
And I gotta talk to Goita because he clearly misunderstood when you said you were going to the wet dream in the first place. He told a couple of the buddies and the agents to make it to the wet dream when they could. They thought it was an immunity agent party, all right?
All due respect, sir, I do believe that this agent here has taken the required steps for due diligence. We called something in, and the fact that one of your agents did not investigate thoroughly and frankly has demonstrated an unwillingness to act in all 3 calls we placed today, I think that you are reprimanding the wrong agent.
Asa looks up at you and there are like literal stars in her eyes.
Roll heal with luck.
Natural 12.
Director Thymus takes this in. He looks down and he looks to the side and he's like, all right, listen. I am pleased with what you have done, but Mono is in the bloodstream. All right?
We can get her.
Well, that's exactly what you're gonna do. For the next month, your only focus is Mono. No other cases. All right? You're gonna find her. You're gonna subdue her. And then Director Thymus turns to you, Tim Glutus, and is like, Mr. Glutus.
Yeah.
This feels like a video game cutscene where you have like 3 secret agents and then Tim Curry.
You ever thought about doing part-time work for immunity?
Well, I'm always in the market for a little extra gig on the side, so why not?
Well, from what I heard, and I'm still kind of wrapping my head around what exactly I heard, it sounds like you and Mr. Dryll made a pretty effective team in there.
There's a certain resourcefulness, yes.
While you're looking for Mono, if you want to tag along, you'll be paid.
Oh, smashing.
Asa is fuming, like under her breath. She's just like, I've done everything my whole life to get on this task force. I know Tim has a beautiful voice, but still.
You'll be a temporary agent, all right? And if this goes well, we can talk about some more gigs on the side. But you're, and he looks you up and down, raises an eyebrow. Skill set could be useful.
Oh, I do like to be of use.
As this happens, Al Pendix, who Quentin knows, comes out and looks to you, Sergeant Dryll.
Sergeant Dryll.
He looks.
You ever thought about dancing on the side? I could pay you.
That's quite all right. I get all the payment I need from immunity.
If you change your mind, we could use someone like you.
He thinks about it for a second.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm okay.
All right.
All right. Well, it's Jerry Day, okay? Take the rest of the night off. Begin your search tomorrow. But, here. And he gives you all an ATP for your work. Stay out of trouble the rest of the night, yeah?
Absolutely, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. No promises here.
He, smiles a little bit and is like, all right, well, happy Jerry Day.
Happy Jerry Day.
Sergeant Dryll.
Yes?
Thank you for sticking up for me there. And your song was very lovely. And I put my hand on his shoulder and try and replicate the gravitas with which he showed me earlier today. My respect for you has gone up.
He nods and then says,
I was only doing what I think any decent cell should do in that situation. My respect for you has gone up again.
Oh, thank Jerry. Okay, thank you. I bow.
Yeah, he'll do that handshake, bow, and little kick from earlier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now what?
Seems to me all of you could use a stiff one. I know a little hole in the wall on Prostate Boulevard if you're looking to get a little drink in tonight.
That sounds amenable for our team, all things considered.
Yes, I need a drink.
Yes, I will go to the bar with you all. I do apologize. I will need to make one short phone call once we get there. But otherwise, sure.
That's all right. But Agent Dendrite, remember what we said about working under the sergeant?
that I should get my full 8 hours. But, I've just got this itch that maybe if I keep studying things, I'll get better at them and will be better tomorrow. And maybe that's something I do in my time off because I do enjoy it. So for me, this is still technically resting. I just happen to rest while learning.
Give me 6 at least.
I can do 6, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he nods.
You make your way towards the bar Tim is leading you to.
As it's like the shot of them like walking down the street, like getting further away, you hear like fading in the distance. He goes,
"Now, Tim, you said they only did fisting in the back room, right?"
Yes. Nothing in the front. Certainly not.
But when you were on stage in the front room, you got a mono in your ass.
This has been City of Jerry, a microscopic action adventure. City of Jerry features the vocal talents of Giancarlo Herrera as Sergeant Benedict Dryll, Kayla Temshiv as Asa Dendrite, Michael Pisani as Tim Glutus, Nicholas Benetatos as Quentin Quarantino, TJ Berry as Jerry, that's me, and Amanda Fernandez-Acosta. The rest of the world is voiced by your benevolent Jerry god, Hannah Schooner, with editing by Giancarlo Herrera and Hannah Schooner, and sound design by Hannah Schooner. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you all next week. It was incredible. She was incredible. Bro, it was like magic. Yo, you wouldn't believe it.
Right ear canal, approximately 2 a.m.
Can't believe they've got us on ear canal duty on Jerry Day, Saito.
You're telling me. Hey, this whack seem hard to you?
This is Henry Globin and Saito Kane reporting from the ear canal. We got another blockage we gotta clear out.
10-4, clear for blockage removal.
That's the 4th time this week. We gotta write a letter to the mayor requesting less earbud usage. Any more blockage and we're talking partial hearing loss. That tinnitus alarm haunts me to this day. Oh, we got some more germs coming in. Give me a break. I got this one. All right, Henry.
Henry?
All right, boys. Let's get the real party started.
Yes, master.